Okay, so today I want to help out and review the Seafrog waterproof housing for the Sony a6300 and the 6300 and the 6500. So when I was looking for an underwater case, all you had out there was the super expensive $3,000, $4,000 ones, and this one was cheap, so caught my eye and thought I'd give it a go. Didn't see all that many reviews online for this until a couple of them came up, but didn't quite give enough information or more of a view of what it looked like. So I thought I'd help your Sony users out if they wanted underwater housing. Let's see if I can get this in focus here. Okay. So just starting off, the material on this thing looks pretty solid. It is a thermoplastic, and you can see the dials here. I've tested it out with a camera inside, and it is pretty good at letting you use all the functions that it's got there. And we'll open it up in a second. So yeah, let's open this up and have a look. So controls are all there, and it's pretty good construction on this. Let's see if that's in focus. There we go. It feels solid, and so it's got this two-step clasp mechanism thing. You push that up and then open this. So feels pretty solid, and I've got these cut up paper towels in there because I was just about to test it out in the water for the first time. And here's what the inside looks like. I'll slip the camera in there a little bit later. So here are all the dials and buttons here, and they work fine. And there's the moisture sensor. Let's give that a test. Just put my finger on there and that beeps away, telling you if there's any leakage going on. Nice warning system. And it's got two O-ring seals here, which is pretty good. And as you probably know, you get these adjustment sort of inserts if you're using an a6000. This one is currently set up to be on a 6300 and the 6500. So there's the little knobs and button system again, and works quite well. And alright. Let's put the camera in there. Okay, so you'll probably notice that the footage is a bit different here because I'm now using my old Sony NEX5 with a different lens to shoot this video here, just so that I could show you how my a6300 actually fits in the Seafrogs housing. So let's see if I can do this with the tripod with the video where it is. So that slips in just like that. I've noticed that you want to, it's easier for me to set the on-off button on the on here so that it'll slip into the, let's see if I can get this in frame, the on-off dial here a little bit easier. So let's focus over there. So now that, yep, that is nicely aligned, is what I mean to say. The on button, and here we go. Oh, let me adjust this tripod. There we go. Okay, and let's get that aligned in there. Alright, so that slips in nicely, no dramas. And this is the what I mean about the on-off button. The little notch there needs to sort of align just right, otherwise you'll have troubles down the line. And yeah, the lens fits just right with the 16 to 50 mil. Alright, now I'll just close that up, and of course just make sure there's no dust or hair or whatever getting caught into your seals as you do. And let's close this up, and there you go, nice and secured. I'll take the cap off, and that's what it looks like. So I've set this up as they recommend, to only show the LCD screen rather than the optical viewfinder here, because it'll sense the casing there and want to show the video on the viewfinder. So this way, and I'll just show you how that focuses. Dial is working just fine on the, there we go, on the kit lens 16 to 50 mil. There we go. So yeah, at the moment I've got back button autofocus set up on this, which works still alright, because I can easily press my AF/MF button here and the shutter right there. Okay. Okay. So that's it. I can still hear a slight click there, and a bit of focus. There we go. Yeah, construction looks like good, and the polycarbonate is it's good to have it transparent like this, because this dial here, it basically, it's usable but doesn't correspond exactly to what the labels are here, because it reverses the other direction into what the actual dial is on the camera there, if you know what I mean. And otherwise everything is perfect. The can't think of any fault here except for the flash button. So that works in the way that the pop-up flash opens, but you have no way of retracting that flash back into the camera, and you may not always want to use the flash underwater, and now there's just no freaking way to get that back into the camera body, retract that. And I don't know if there is a way to actually change the settings, so that the flash doesn't fire. Yeah, so here's what it looks like when it does fire. You've got the diffuser there, and so, oh shit, that's not what I wanted. We'll just set that back to auto mode. Oh, actually it probably won't fire with the daylight that we've got here at the moment. But oh, it does. Here we go. I don't think it's much help underwater with the amount of light that's generated by this internal flash. But yeah, so it could be a button that you might want to avoid actually pressing when you're down there underwater, because once it's open, it's open until you get out of the water and get that back into the retract that back into the camera. And overall happy so far. Again, the polycarbonate body looks pretty solid. That's one of the things I was afraid of would wear out over time. But I reckon just like any other, it's like any other underwater housing, you do just want to be more careful about the setting up the O-rings properly and do the proper maintenance on it. Yep, we'll test it out in the water and see what happens. Alright, and this is a closer look into how the camera fits in there. That shift about there. And yes, like I said, all the dials fit, I mean the buttons fit pretty well. You have pretty much a full control over all the buttons and whatnots here. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. We'll see how it performs underwater at 10 meters or 20 meters depths. So I'll probably have another video coming up after this one, once I get this thing underwater. And yeah, in any case, hopefully this video has been helpful, and yep, catch you next time.